Hello everybody, welcome back. So we have some more fall collections that I'm going to be filming today. This is the first one I'm filming. I was going to put up the Morgan Taylor fall collection first, but I thought I'd go ahead and do this one. This is the Olive and June fall collection for 2024 because I feel like I've been a little late on these and they tend to sell out pretty quickly, so I thought it'd probably be good if I get this up pretty fast. So this one's going to come first, and then next I'll have the Morgan Taylor collection. Before we get into this Olive and June box or collections and all things that come in it, I'm going to talk about what I'm wearing. So I got this shirt. I love it. I feel like it's a good transitional shirt. It's floral, but it's got kind of dusty toned colors. And so I'm really liking it as we transition from summer to fall. Speaking of that, did you see my video where I talked about polishes of transitioning to summer to fall? Hopefully you guys caught that. I'm wearing the Buxom Juicy Peach lipstick on my lips. It's a gorgeous nude shade. I've worn it quite a bit. It's one of my favorites. On my nails is a polish that we're going to talk about in this collection that I'm super excited about. So let's get into it. Olive and June has a few options with their collections. You can buy their box, you can buy the polishes just as a set, or you can buy each polish individually. They also have a new tool that they have added, so I will show that to you as well. This is the box. What comes in the box is always a little zipper bag with tools in it. So it's got like a cleaning brush, which I use every time I paint my nails. It's got their cuticle serum, which is really nice, and I use this buffer's my favorite and this file's my favorite. They're the only ones I use anymore. It comes with a poppy, which is nice if you have a hard time gripping onto that handle. It also comes with their nail polish removing pot, which I use all the time and love, and a top coat, which is really nice. So like I mentioned, you can get the fall set in this box, or you can create your own box. I do have a coupon code for Olive and June. I'll put it on the screen here, and that's for any new time customers buying a box. Lots of fun things. A special polish that does come in this box is this one right here. It's their topper. It's called Girl with the Pearl Nail Polish, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but you'll only get this if you purchase the box. Or you can just buy the fall set, or you can buy each polish individually. So lots of options. I don't have them, but they do have a variety of press-ons, and I'll put them here on the screen. They all look really cute. There was one that Sarah was wearing as she was introducing the colors on the Olive and June Instagram page, and it was like a gray chrome, so I'm assuming it's this gray that I have on my nails, or it's meant to be close to that, and it was really cool. Actually, I liked them quite a bit. I was kind of thinking, I kind of want to wear those this fall with maybe navy. It would be so cute. So that's why I was kind of in the mood for gray and wore gray today. And they also have this new tool called the penny, which is really nice. So it has different tips that you can add on the top here. This one is their silicone tip, and it's for like pressing French tips on here, or for any asymmetrical designs that you want to do on your nails. So that's really nice. I've actually been wanting to try out that trick for quite a while, and so I'm happy to have this tool. It also has another tip you can use to be a daughter, to make flowers or do any nail art, which is super nice. And then they have this little sponge tip, which is super nice to do like a gradient or any kind of just nail art design that you want to put just to kind of blend colors. So super fun. You can get that on their website too. I will link everything down below so it's available to you, and then make sure to use my code. And that is an affiliate code, so thank you for your support. Okay, so we're going to talk about the colors. I love the overall theme. Everything's a little bit kind of moody, a little bit dusty, and then we have some dark, richer colors, which is really great. So I think this kind of fulfills the transitional season to fall and then later fall. Okay, so first we're going to talk about this bonus polish that comes in the box. This is Girl with the Pearl. I don't know, I have a hard time with this one. Girl with the Pearl Nail Polish. It's a nice kind of creamy leaning shade, and it does have a little bit of iridescent in there, but it's more kind of a gold, and it's not quite as iridescent as some they've come out with in the past. And I actually put up a comparison shot of it. I didn't do like a live application of this one, I don't think, so sorry about that. But I am going to show you this comparison shot of it with the other ones that they have, just so you can see. These all have 3 coats, just so you know. I built them up so you could really get an idea of what the polish looks like, because I felt like you couldn't really tell that with just the 1 coat on. So these all have 3. So we have Frosted Gloss, and that one has a strong iridescent blue shift, and then we have Sparkling Fairy Effect, which has more pink glitter, and then the Mermaid Effect, which has like blue glitter in it. I like this Girl with the Pearl Nail Polish one because it is is a little bit more subdued, and it does just kind of give that chrome effect without all the iridescence and glitter. So I do think this one is different than ones that they've come out with, so it's really nice. And I have applied this on top of all the cream polishes that are in this collection, so you can see what it looks like. Some it doesn't look so great, others it looks better, and you'll see that as we go through that. But I just wanted to talk about this one first so you could see what it looked like on each one of those colors. The first one I'm going to talk about is Sculpture Wing, and this is a beautiful dusty lilac, I would say. It has quite a bit of pink, but when you put it up to pinks, you can definitely tell that's a little bit more purple. So I do think it is more purple leaning, and it is a gorgeous polish. It has a really great formula. It's quite buildable in 2 coats. You might need 3. There were some areas that I found were a little patchy, but I find that to be pretty common with colors like this. But overall, the formula was really great on this one. There's quite a few colors like this, but I couldn't find one exactly the same. I pulled out a bunch from OPI and Olive and June and Essie, and I'll let you look at them. I think there's even a Morgan Taylor in there. So let's look at those comparisons. I compared it to Stretch Your Wings, and that one's more pink, as you can see. You've Got Me Faded is more pinky purple, and then Go Ginza is more muted, somewhat more pink, so just a little bit different. Then I compared it to Movie Buff, and that one's more pink, and then I Lilac What I'm Seeing from Morgan Taylor, and that one's a deeper purple, and then Graffiti Sweetie, which is a deeper shade but doesn't have as much white. So you can see there isn't anything exactly the same. I also pulled out OPI Lisbon Wants More OPI, and that one's more pink, this one's more purple than that, so I didn't do the comparison to it. But like I said, there probably is a color like this out there somewhere, but I do like that this is a little bit more grayed out and more purple, and so it is slightly different, so I'm happy to have it, and I'll probably reach for this at some point. And then here is a picture of Girl with the pearl nail polish topper on top of it. I think it looks nice on this one. It's a nice light color, so really all you're seeing is just that shift, and so this one looks really nice with that topper on it. Next up is Self Portrait, and I'm super excited about this one. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, it's kind of a cool gray color, but it's actually super cool. It's cool toned, and it has quite a bit of purple in it, or maybe just a little bit of blue, I would say. It's just more flattering on my skin tone, and so I like it. And there's a lot of kind of taupey grays out there, and I like that this one's a little bit different and has a little blue in it. Not so much blue that it looks blue either. I think it has a really great balance. And it's not quite a light polish, and it's not quite mid-tone. It's kind of somewhere in between there, which I really love too. So this one is one that I was super excited about. So the formula is really great on this one. It's got a typical Olive and June formula, which is a little bit crelly. So you do 1 coat, it seems a little sheer, and then it builds up really nicely in 2 coats, nicer than I thought it was going to. And this is the polish that I have on my nails. I was really excited to get this one on, especially because I feel like grays are a good transitional color, although I didn't put any in my video, you guys. I don't reach for a lot of grays. I should have mentioned them to you. I just was pulling out ones that I love. But anyway, I just like these cooler toned ones better, so I don't wear gray very often, but I'm definitely going to wear this one, and so I would add this in that video. I also want to mention in that video I didn't talk about my favorite purples, and I should have pulled some out. When someone mentioned that, I was like, dang. I should have grabbed some purples, but honestly I was just looking through my collection and just pulling things as I was seeing them, and it was reminding me of some other favorites that I used to wear, and so I didn't really pull any out, so I must not be feeling them. But yes, I do wear purple as I transition from summer to fall, so I apologize for that. And then here is a photo of the topper on it, Girl with the pearl nail polish, so you can see it on that. I do think it looks nice on this one, and it does give it that nice chromy effect, especially when you're moving your hand around. Next up is Still Life of Flowers, and this one's so beautiful. I love shades like this. So this is a mid-tone green, and it definitely has some blue in it too. And it's a little bit softer and muted, and it's got a beautiful curly formula that builds up nicely in 2 coats. It's such a fun color. I love it so much. This is definitely going to be one of my favorites of this fall season. So let's look at comparisons, and I'll tell you why I'm super excited about this one, because it's so close to one that I have been wanting a dupe for a long time. So let's look at those. So I compared it to Good Impressions from Essie, and that's from their Love collection, and that's a little bit lighter. It has more white in the base, but it's a similar color tone. And so now we have Vested Interest, and that one's very close. It's not exactly the same. It is a little bit more grayed, or maybe blue, I would say, but that one is one of my favorite polishes, especially for this time of year, and I'm so glad that this one's close to it. The closest I have found, so that's super exciting. So I'm so happy to have this one. And then I compared it to Besties, and that one's darker and richer in color, but the same color tone. I love these kind of greens. Do you love these kind of greens? I feel like a lot of people are liking green right now. It's definitely an in color, and I'm happy about that because I've loved green for a long time. It's my favorite color. This one's gorgeous. Here I'm going to show you a photo of a girl with the pearl nail polish as a topper on top of it, and I feel like it looks okay. So I definitely think the lighter colors look better with these toppers than the darker colors. I think it looks okay, but it's getting a little too dark for this. Basically, you just can kind of see an outline of the shade, and then it looks more just kind of chrome in the center, but I'll let you decide if you guys like that on top of it, but I definitely prefer the topper on some lighter colors. I think it looks really great, but not as good on the darker. Next up is Patron of Arts, and this is a beautiful shade too, you guys. I love this one so much. So it's got a lot of brown in it, but it's like a purple plum. So I want to say it's like a ripened plum. It's very dusty and gray and moody and perfect. So good. I love this one. It's got that same curly formula, so it's going to build up really nicely in 2 coats, and it just was a dream to apply. In fact, most of these were. They've got really great formulas. I didn't have to do hardly any cleanup on these ones. This one just really stands out because the color is a little bit unique and unusual, and I'll show you polishes that I found are closest to it, but nothing is exactly the same, and I feel like this is my favorite out of the bunch, although all the polishes you see on this comparison are going to be some of my favorites. And these are kind of purple leaning ones that I like to wear in the fall. So here they are. I compared it to Rooting for You, and that one's lighter and more brown, and then Mismatch to Match is more of a purple mauve, and then Lights Down Music Up is the same kind of color tone, but that one's darker and richer. Definitely different. I pulled out No To Do by Essie, and that one's definitely more brown, and then there was an Essie Gel Couture one, Transition Piece, that was kind of the same color tone. I love that polish, by the way, and that one's quite a bit lighter and has some shimmer in it. So that one was different too. This one's lovely, and I think you guys need it. I think you need the green too. In fact, at the end, I'll tell you my favorites and tell you which ones that you need. And then here is the photo of this with Girl with the Pearl nail polish on top of it. As you can see, it's starting to get even darker, and it doesn't look quite as good on top, but I still am showing you anyway because maybe you like that look. You don't all have to think like me, but I'm just showing it so you can see. Next we have Garnet Glass, and this is like a raspberry wine shade. It definitely has a curly formula, so you're gonna need, I would say, 3 coats, unless you want it to be more of a jelly look. The picture I'm showing you does have 3. I apologize, I probably should put 2 up there, but I didn't. I did a 3-coater because that's how I prefer it. It builds up and gets a little more red as you apply it, so it looks raspberry, and then it deepens a little bit, and then it gets a tiny bit more wine as you add that 3rd coat, so it does deepen a little bit each time. But it's a pretty color. There are a lot of polishes like this. Yes, there are. I will show those to you now. So I compared it to Cabernet, and that one's more raspberry. SC is a little bit different. I can't read my handwriting. And then Berry Naughty is deeper and darker and maybe a little bit more brown. Hopefully that gives you a good idea. I sometimes don't get super excited about these because there's a lot of them. This one's pretty, but yeah, there's a lot of these, and they're all just a little bit of different variation. So, but it's beautiful. If you don't have one in your collection, it's a good time to get this one. And here's a photo of Girl with the Pearl nail polish on top of it. And as you can see, it really just does not look that great in my opinion. I definitely think the topper looks better on those lighter colors, but there you go. Next up is Museum Date, and this is the only glitter polish in this collection besides the pearly top coater if you get that. And it's a very warm chocolatey brown with iridescent shimmer in it. It's really pretty. It definitely screams fall, and I think it'd be a good November shade to wear it, especially if you like glitters. So this one might be fun for a lot of you. The form is really nice. It builds up nicely in 2 coats. I probably won't be reaching for it, but I'm sure a lot of you will, because I know a lot of people kind of go crazy about these brown glitters and these autumn tones this time of year, especially in like November. So yeah, there's that one. Of course, I didn't do the topper on this because it's a glitter shade. Okay, so now it's time for me to pick my favorites, and it's these 3. Look at those, you guys. Oh my goodness. And look at them together. They're so pretty. So this is the light blue gray, which is Self-Portrait. Then I have the green, which is Still Life of Flowers. This kind of plum shade, Patron of the Arts, the dustier one. Look how pretty those are. So definitely must-haves. Let me know what your favorites were down in the comments below, and if you're gonna pick up a box, I would love to know. Do you love Olive and June? I know we have some people that are big Olive and June fans. Let me know if you are, because it's just nice to know who is loving what here on my channel. So I appreciate you being here with me, and we will see you in my next review. Bye guys.